You're looking at their report card. You see the C's, maybe a D, and your heart just sinks. You know they are so smart, so capable. A question echoes in your mind, why aren't they trying harder? You've tried tutors, rewards, punishments, but nothing seems to work. What if I told you that by focusing so hard on their grades, you might be accidentally crushing their motivation for good? In this video, I'm going to show you how to shift your focus from results to the one thing that truly predicts long-term success. And I'll give you the exact words to use. And stick around, because many loving parents make one critical mistake that turns their child against learning forever. We'll uncover what that is. First, let me say this. If you're worried, it means you're a caring parent. This isn't your fault. Our society screams that grades and test scores are the ultimate measure of a child's future success. But child psychology tells us a different, more hopeful story. When a child seems to be underachieving, it's rarely about laziness. It's often a sign of something deeper, a crippling fear of failure, intense performance anxiety, or a feeling of being completely misunderstood. The constant pressure to perform can actually shut down the learning centers in their brain. This isn't a sign of a bad child, but a sign of a child who is struggling under the weight of expectation. Your child doesn't need more pressure. They need a different kind of support. Our first and perhaps most important step is to completely change our language of praise. For decades, we've been told to tell our kids they're smart. But groundbreaking research on mindset shows this is a huge mistake. When we praise a child's innate intelligence, we create a fixed mindset. They start to believe that intelligence is a gift you either have or you don't. This makes them terrified of challenges because if they fail, it means they aren't smart after all. The solution? Praise their effort, their strategies, and their persistence. This builds a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. So instead of saying, "You're a genius for getting an A," try this. "I saw how hard you worked on that project. Your persistence really paid off. I'm so proud of your effort." Now that we're changing our praise, we need to redefine what success even means in our family. For an underachiever, a grade on a paper feels like a final judgment on their worth. We have to dismantle that belief. Real success isn't the letter grade. It's the process of learning, improving, and trying new things. It's about progress, not perfection. When your child brings home a test, resist the urge to react to the grade first. Instead, turn it into a neutral piece of information. This is a game changer. For example, sit down with them and say something like, "Okay, let's look at this together. What do you feel you understood well here? Which of these questions were the most tricky? What could we try differently next time we study for a test like this?" This changes you from a judge into a supportive coach. This leads directly to our third point. Become a process detective. Our default question is always, "What's your grade?" Or "Did you finish your homework?" These are outcome-based questions. They communicate that all we care about is the final product. A process detective asks different questions. They are curious about the journey, not just the destination. This shows your child that you value their thinking and their effort, which in turn helps them value it too. You need to get curious about how they are doing their work. So, instead of asking about the grade on their science project, try this. "Tell me about your science project. What was the most interesting part to research? What was the hardest part to figure out? I'd love to hear about your process." One of the most powerful tools in building a growth mindset is just two small words. Not yet. When a child says, "I can't do this," or "I'm bad at math," they are expressing a fixed, permanent belief. Our job is to gently challenge that finality. The phrase, "not yet," transforms a statement of failure into a statement of progress. It opens up the possibility of future success and reframes difficulty as a temporary state, not a permanent trait. This simple linguistic trick can fundamentally change how your child views challenges. So when your child says, "I'll never understand fractions," you can calmly respond with, "It sounds like you haven't figured out fractions yet. They are really tricky, and it takes everyone time. Let's find a new way to practice them together." If we want our kids to embrace challenges, we have to make it safe for them to fail. Our fifth step is to actively celebrate mistakes as learning opportunities. In many homes, a mistake is a cause for frustration or punishment. This teaches kids to hide their errors or to stop trying altogether. What if a mistake was just seen as valuable data? You have to model this. Share your own mistakes. Talk about what you learned from them. Create a family culture where trying and failing is more celebrated than not trying at all. The next time you're helping with homework and they get something wrong, try saying this with a positive tone. "Oh, you got that one wrong? Fantastic. This is where the real learning happens. Let's be detectives and figure out what this mistake can teach us." Many kids who are underachievers in school are actually high achievers in other areas of their life. Think about it. The focus required to build a complex world in a video game, the dedication to master a new song on the guitar, the creativity to draw a detailed character. These are incredible skills. Our sixth mission is to notice and honor their sparks, their passions outside of academics. Then we connect the effort they put into their passions to the effort required for school. This helps them see that they already possess the skills for success. You could say, "The way you strategized to beat that level in your game is amazing. That's the same kind of problem solving that will help you tackle that tough math chapter. How can we bring that awesome focus to your homework?" Often, a child's lack of motivation is a cry for control. When we micromanage every homework assignment and study session, we strip them of their autonomy. They feel like school is something that is being done to them, not something they are doing for themselves. Our seventh step is to strategically hand over control. Let them own their choices, their schedule, and even their failures. Experiencing the natural consequence of not studying for a test is a far more powerful teacher than a parent's lecture. Give them choices to build their sense of responsibility. Try saying this: "You have a big report due on Friday. Do you want to create a plan now for how you'll tackle it, or do you want to think on it and show me your plan tonight? It's your report, so you're in charge of the game plan." This next one is absolutely critical. You must consciously and explicitly separate your child's worth from their academic performance. So many children secretly believe that their parents' love is conditional on them getting good grades. This is a crushing weight for a child to carry and a direct path to anxiety and avoidance. Your love and approval must be the one constant in their life, the safe harbor they can always return to, regardless of what their report card says. So, after they show you a disappointing grade, the very first thing you should do is offer a physical sign of connection, like a hug. Then say, "This grade doesn't change a thing about how much I love you. It's just a piece of information. Let's talk about how you're feeling about it first." To make this shift stick, you need to change your family's daily habits and conversations. Our ninth strategy is simple but profound. At the dinner table, stop asking, "How was school?" which usually gets a one-word answer. Instead, introduce the "What did you learn?" question. This subtly shifts the entire family's focus from performance to curiosity and learning. You can vary it, of course. "What was something that challenged your brain today?" Or, "Tell me about a mistake you made today and what you did next." This makes conversations about effort and learning a normal, low-pressure part of daily life. A simple start is, "Tell me one new or interesting thing you learned today, even if it was something small." Finally, the 10th and most important piece of the puzzle is you. Our children learn far more from watching what we do than from listening to what we say. You have to model a growth mindset in your own life. Let them see you struggle with something new. Let them see you fail. Let them see you get frustrated and then decide to try again. Talk about your process out loud. Show them that learning is a lifelong, messy, and exciting journey, not a series of tests to be passed. The next time you struggle with something, narrate it for them. You could say, "Ugh, I'm trying to assemble this new bookshelf and the instructions are so confusing. I'm getting really frustrated. But okay, I'm going to take a break and try again from a different angle. That's how we figure things out." So the secret isn't about finding a new way to push for better grades. It's about changing the entire conversation. It's about praising effort, not just talent. It's about getting curious about the process, not just the result. And it's about creating a home where mistakes are not disasters, but stepping stones for learning. Remember this: you are not raising a report card. You are raising a whole human being. A resilient, curious, and brave human being who needs to know their worth is not measured by a letter grade. You are a good parent, and you have everything you need to help them thrive. If this video helped you see things from a new perspective, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. We're here to support you on this journey. And now I'd love to hear from you. What is one small change you will make in how you talk to your child about school after watching this? Share your thoughts in the comments below.